because it has that low end, but it's so powerful, but it's still do a lot with it.
Plus, we understand how you slur from one note to another on trombone without going through the chromatic. Do, mi. It's a do, mi, do, mi. It's not do, mi. Just like,
yeah.
I don't know how you.
Not blowing for a second.
But then you're putting a staccato.
Your hands
right? Yeah, well, yeah. One of those things.
Well, anymore, you find all these players that have no technical limitation. You can play anything.
Every instrument has its flaws.
Crazy.
But it's so when you have a nice brass section. Oh my god, it is so powerful. It's like it's just oh my god. When you have a nice nice full little brass section. Oh man, it's so strong. It adds so much, you know. Like my uncle, he taught me Tower of Power. You remember Tower of Power?
They're still playing.
They're still playing. They're from the Bay. But they've been playing since like I guess.
It sounds familiar to me, but I can't recall what.
And they have a mean horn section and a bad drummer, mean drummer, like funk. They're funk, but they have a big, nice, fat horn section.
Good horn section.
Yeah.
They play at the LA Fairgrounds.
Yeah, they've been playing forever. Like this. I have a lot of respect for those bands that have been going for so long, you know?
The bassist Rocco just passed away this year.
The bassist?
Yeah. He and drummer
Garibaldi.
He's defined the whole thing.
Yeah, Garibaldi. Is he still with them? Garibaldi? Yeah. Oh yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, he was playing with them. When was it?
Since way back when.
Fair.
Whatever
that was.
Yeah, my uncle put me on like, what is it? Yeah. It's such a cool little capsule. The lyrics are like 60s, 70s, you know,
completely.
You know, the hippie
thing.
And they're from the Bay Area, you know.
We probably remember those 60s
Hippie
and 70s
Central.
lyrics better than these guys.
Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Blessed in this moment now and every now
have to. You don't have to take it like that.
Shall we go?
No, right. I mean, the problem it didn't help my blood pressure.
Okay. But there's ways to take it where you don't experience any high.
And it's
Oh, let's see.
actually not just actual.
Yeah.
What if the planet wasn't round? What if the silence had a sound? What if we took our paradigms and flipped them upside down? What if we made room for us all? What if we wouldn't let you fall? What if we wore our bodies like the splendor that they are? What if we synthesize? What if we integrate? What if we energize? What if we liberate? Oh, gracious spirit of the universe, rise up like the sun. We've got some questions and we need divine direction. Help us to believe it's still to come, still to come, still to come. A better day is still to come. What if? What if? What if love could heal the violence? What if she gave voice to the silence? What if we let her blessings go across the sea of broken hearts, illuminate the broken sparks with love? What if we could heal the violence? What if we gave voice to the silence? What if we let our blessings flow across this sea of broken hearts, illuminate the broken sparks with love?
Don't you know all you need is love?
Love,
Don't you know all you want is love?
love,
Talking about love.
love. Keep on singing that love with me now. Love,
Love.
love,
Love, love, love, love, love.
love. Oh, gracious spirit of the universe, rise up like the sun. We've got some questions and we need divine direction. Help us to believe
Still to come.
oh, gracious spirit of the universe, rise up like the sun. We've got some questions and we need divine protection.
Back in the day, they had
Help
like
us to
wine,
believe.
birds,
Help us to believe.
prayer, and that's about it. That's about it. Olive oil, wine, herbs, prayer.
Very helpful. Good on it.
We're gonna start. Ready?
Shabbat Shalom. That was weak. Shabbat Shalom. That was lovely. It's great to be with you. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening out, and it's wonderful to be able to be together. And for those of you who are with us on Facebook or YouTube, so happy that you're with us as well. And this is our first time in, I don't know how many months, since beginning of March of 2020,
No, actually, beginning of last shul band service was the first Friday of February.
First Friday of February 2020. So it's been a long time hiatus for our TBI shul band, and I can't tell you how happy I am to see you and to be with you and to have you add a ruach, add spirit and energy to our services this evening. So thank you to our shul band in advance, and we'll thank them again in a little while. And we're going to start with a nigun. And niguns are always nice because they are opportunities to sing that you don't need to know the words, because it's just yailais or lailais or whatever those things are. So here we go.
In this case, it's a yadadai dai dadai dai.
Dadai dai.
At least in the one we're going to start off with. If you've been with us, gosh, believe it or not, this is the beginning of the 17th year of the shul band. We were much, well, I was going to say much cuter then, but I think we're still pretty good looking. But we've basically been doing this since 2005, First Fridays. Almost every First Friday since 2005, we're going to share what are basically familiar melodies, not only because it's the easiest ones for all of you to connect with, but it's the ones that took the least rehearsal for us, since we're very careful about how we do things. So we'll start with a little something we call the Rom Nigun.
So I will refer to page numbers throughout the evening that are from the Shabbat book. There are books over there if you didn't get them, but they're optional. You know the prayers, you don't have to have a book. And the truth is, in about a half an hour, you won't be able to see the book. So even though I'll still call out page numbers, so just go with it. It'll be fine. But we are on page 2 as we kindle our Shabbat lights. I do want to say a couple of things before we enter into our service. We're beginning to be dealing with Delta in our community, and so we are asking people, when you're sitting, it's up to you is what you want to do. We recommend mask wearing when you can, and when you interact with others, if you get up and mingle and do things like that, please. Everybody has different levels of comfort, so to help people feel comfortable, please wear your mask when you mingle with others as we do that. Tonight also we will consecrate our board of trustees, some of whom are able to be here with us this evening, and some of who are, of course, not. But but we will offer a blessing and welcome also Laura Zuckerman as our new president. She's already been doing it for a little while, since July 1, but
It feels like he's been doing it for a lot longer than just a month, though.
And so we will offer that as well. And if you have an August birthday, we'll celebrate you as well this evening. So lots on tap. And we're going to kindle our Shabbat lights. I invite those who are comfortably able to rise as we kindle our Shabbat lights.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlikneh
We will have to be the light this evening. Please be seated. We continue in a moment on pages 20 and 21 with Lecha Dodi, but as is our custom, we take a few moments to reflect on the week that has passed, think in our own heads, go back to last Shabbat, to the challenges of each day, the blessings of each day, to take a deep breath and just be present in this moment. And then we'll join in singing Lecha Dodi together. Again, pages 20 and 21, we'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. As we get to verse 9, it's customary for those who are able to rise and face the place from which we entered, which when we're outside is the parking lot, to welcome the Shabbat presence, the Neshama Yetera, the extra soulfulness that travels with us during Shabbat, into this community, into our hearts. So 20, 21, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Enei Shabbat Likrat Kala Enei Shabbat Nikabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Enei Shabbat Nikabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Enei Shabbat Nikabela Shabbat Zachor Tor Echad Shmi Anu El HaMichad Adonai Echad שמו אחד, ושמו דיברת ולתחילה לך דודי, לקראת קלה, לפני שבת, יקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, לפני שבת, יקבלה, לקראת שבת, לכוון אחד, עם הכל, הברכה, מראש מקדם, מסוכה, זמן עשה במצ'בה תחילה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה. התעוררי, 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 ומיורי, ומיורי, שעברי, כבוד אדוני עלי תפילה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה. Welcome back. לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה. Oh, he shalom, atarbala, gahar simcha, utzola, kol chamunei, am segula, oi kana, oi לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, מקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת קלה, בני שבת, I just told the rabbi I swallowed an insect about 5 minutes ago. Maybe it was the Shabbat Queen. Could have been.
No l'chaim to that one.
What's the old saying? Ay, vazai toisty.
Last three lines of the Hebrew on page 30.
No, we have to do Chatzi Kaddish first.
Oh,
I know we're rushing.
sorry, we're moving ahead. We are on page 26.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach cherutei ve'amlich malchutei
V'chayechon uvyom echon ובחיי בכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבם מברך לעולם עולמי עלמיה יתברך
יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו, לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, תאמירן בעלמא, ואמרו Amen.
Page 28, Baruch Hu, our call to prayer.
Oh, am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Oh, am I awake? Am I awake? Yada die, die, die. 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 Yada die, die. Yada die, die, die. Baruch Hu et Adonai.
Baruch Adonai, Last three lines in the Hebrew, page 30.
El Chai v'Kayam, Tamidim l'chaleinu l'olam va'en, Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shemo.
Hamarim, Aravi.
Amen. Page 34, 35, Shema Yisrael. 37. Do you have a book? Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children, talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Last paragraph on page 36 in the Hebrew.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohechem, Emet.
Ichamocha, our song of freedom, page 40.
Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo
Gal Yisrael.
Amen. We turn to page 42. As the timing is right, as the darkness is descending, we ask the Holy One to shelter us with a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace. And then we'll sing both English and Hebrew lyric here as we go through.
Ashkevin Adonai Elohim Shalom Shalom Amen Shalom keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us what wrong from right. Oh, Adonai, Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. Hashkivenu Adonai Elohim, Shalom, Shalom, Le'amidei Shomreinu L'chaim. Kos aleinu sukat shlomecha, Kos aleinu sukat shlomecha.
We give thanks for Shabbat, for the rhythm it gives to our lives, the pause, the breath it gives to our week, the opportunity for connection to our deepest selves, to community, to the Holy One. Join in singing this Shamru. Page 44. Move into our Amidah, and I'll invite those who are able to do so to rise. We all rise in body or in spirit for our Amidah. We'll start with Adonai Tzvatai Titach and do the few other blessings, the first three blessings communally, and then have a little time for silent reflection.
Na 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 na. Adonai. Na 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 na. Tzvatai Titach. Na 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 na. Ufi ani tehilat na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Tzvatai Titach. Na 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 Ufi ani tehilat Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu V'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei Beihem L'man Shemo V'Ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah 50 Atah Gibor Olam Adonai Mechayei Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim V'Chesed Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Berofeh Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Micha Hocha Bal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Meimit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atah L'Chayot Hakol Baruch Atah Adonai Mechayeh Hakol
52. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Baruch Shemo
Ha'el HaKadosh.
Amen.
Please take a few moments for silent prayer for the text of your own heart. 63, 62.
Oh, say shalom Roma. Oh, yeah, say shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel. Ve'imru, ve'imru. Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, say shalom Kibroma, Booyah, say shalom Amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imru, amen. Ve'imru,
I'm going to invite in just a moment board members who are here to come forward. I'm trying to, I think I'll have the cantor move
I will be moving.
so that people can stand here and get some light so that they can, because you have things to read. And, stand over there, you won't be able to read them. So if you come on up and do that, I will just say a few words. So come on up. Just like to say a Todah Rabbah even before we start. I also look out, there are past board members in the congregation and people who have served this congregation in lots of different ways. And we're so appreciative for Temple Beth Israel runs on its volunteers with some help from its professional staff, but we could never do it without the volunteers and the volunteer leaders at Temple Beth Israel. So I know I speak for not only me, but for certainly all the staff at Temple Beth Israel, but just the deep gratitude that we owe this incoming board and also all the leadership that has left us this incredible place, this incredible community of Temple Beth Israel. So I'm going to move out of the way so that Laura can step up, and I'll move over here.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, I hope you can hear me. Good. We come together as Jews, as leaders of Temple Beth Israel, to follow in the footsteps of those who have come before us, to build on their accomplishments, and to prepare the way for those who will follow. We acknowledge the link between what we are, what has been, and what can be. May we prove worthy of this legacy. We partake of sacred values, mutual trust, collective vision, and community action. We are a contemporary voice for the ideals of religious justice and Jewish values. We are the strength and power of people fulfilling the promise that we too took upon ourselves at Sinai.
This evening, our leaders stand before you. Consecrate their hearts anew. May their words reflect commitment. May their deeds bespeak loyalty and courage. May they earn the honor and respect of our people. Grant, O God, that we uphold their hands, that we encourage them, that we strengthen them in their task. May we understand that their labor and ours is a common and sacred effort. Bind us together in covenant, free from all pettiness and jealousy. Bless our lives together with understanding and friendship.
This congregation is our congregation. This people is our people. We are mutually bound by faith and honor. This temple is our instrument for serving God and the Jewish people by growing in Torah, by preserving our heritage, by fulfilling our obligations to our people wherever we live, and by working for the betterment of our world. We promise to uphold and strengthen this house of worship, study, and loving deeds. May God sustain us in our tasks, and may our actions be a blessing to our people.
God,
God be with us.
God be with the officers and trustees whom Temple Beth Israel has chosen to govern its affairs.
God teach us.
Teach them that only through the knowledge of Torah, worship in your sanctuary, deeds and gifts of tzedakah in the community, can the labors of even the most able be truly fulfilled.
God guide us.
Help them to know that they work not only for this congregation, but that they work for the continuation of Jewish life and the Jewish people in our region and in the world.
God inspire us.
Inspire these leaders to realize that there can be no greater calling than to serve you and your people.
On behalf of all who have been chosen to serve this congregation, I undertake to serve faithfully Temple Beth Israel. May God help us in our resolve.
Eternal our God, we ask your blessing upon our leaders. May your favor rest upon them. May they inspire us not only within the confines of this place, of this congregation, but also when we go forth into the world about us. May the ideals of Judaism take root in their lives and in ours, and yield a rich harvest of deeds done in loving kindness. Here and in all the years to come, may the light of your presence shine upon your children in blessing and in peace. And we say together, Amen. So thank you so much for your service, and we hope that they will, when you are called upon by them to help in the various things that we need to do, that all of us will heed that call. Thank you so much. So Monday is the first day of the month of Elul. It's the day that strikes terror into the heart of every rabbi and cantor. That means that there's one short Hebrew month until Rosh Hashanah. But that actually means in some months there's 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, the last day of the month before, which is the month holiday, and the first day of the next month, depending on how long the month is. It's complicated. But so actually beginning tomorrow night is Rosh Chodesh. There's 2 days of Rosh Chodesh this month, but it's Rosh Chodesh. And that means that in synagogues tomorrow, where Torah and Haftorah is read, there's a special Haftorah read, which is called Machar Chodesh. It's read whenever the new month starts the next day, because the name of the Haftarah is Machar Chodesh. Tomorrow, a new month. I love this Haftarah because it is a celebration of friendship. The story of two young men, David and Jonathan, who have every reason to hate each other and yet are extraordinarily loyal to one another. They are rivals for the same throne. Jonathan's father, King Saul, is obsessed with envy of David and his popularity, and so he plans to have him killed at the Rosh Chodesh banquet. Jonathan, the son of Saul, gets wind of his father's plans, and so he hurries to warn David to run away. The two of them bid each other a last sad farewell, knowing they may never see each other again, and David goes off into the Judean wilderness to begin a new life as an outlaw. The story of Jonathan and David is the story of two human beings who care more about each other than they do about their political futures. It's a wonderful, wonderful story of friendship. In another story in the Talmud about Honi HaMa'agal, kind of the Jewish Rip Van Winkle, and I won't tell you that story, but it's another story about him. But when he wakes up, generations later, he finds, of course, that none of his friends are alive anymore. And someone else might have rejoiced at the opportunity to live a new life, but not Honi. He cries out, O chavruta, o mituta. Let me have my friends, or let me have death. And he surrenders his life because he feels that life without friends is not a life that he wants to lead. There have been many stories, many studies that talk about the importance of friends. Studies that sometimes the researchers aren't even they know the results, but they don't know exactly why the results are what they are. There was a 10-year study in Australia that found that older people with a large circle of friends were 22% less likely to die during the study period than their contemporaries who had fewer friends. Another study by researchers at Harvard reported that strong social ties promote brain health as we age. We see over and over again the importance of friendship. There are a number of studies that show that friendship has even a greater effect on health than spouses or family members. Exactly why friendship has such a beneficial effect on health is not entirely clear, and the hypotheses by these different studies sometimes are in conflict with one another. What's interesting is that it seems to even go beyond just even across distance, right? We think, oh, well, that makes sense. Friends can run errands or pick up medicines for another friend or do something like that. But proximity doesn't even seem to be a major factor in these studies. People who have good friends that they can talk to on a regular basis on the telephone, or today we'd say on Zoom or something like that, also find those same benefits of friendship. In a fascinating experiment, researchers studied students at the University of Virginia, and they took them to the bottom of a steep hill, gave them each heavily weighted backpacks. They were then asked to estimate the steepness of the hill. Some participants were placed next to their friends during the estimates, while others were made to stand by themselves. Can you guess the results? Those who stood with friends gave lower estimates of the steepness of the hill than those who stood alone. And the longer the friends had known each other, the less steep the hill appeared. And I think it's a wonderful parable for our human situation, because we all stand before steep hills, and we're all unsure whether we're going to be able to climb them or not. And when we face them in the company of people whom we care about and who care about us, we find those hills conquerable. And when we stand alone, they're much steeper and much harder to contemplate climbing. Friendship is certainly an undervalued resource. And the lesson of all these studies is really that, right, friends make our lives better. So let me just close this with a thought. There are many, many reasons for being part of a synagogue community. We should do so as an opportunity to gather to worship God for the sake of the Jewish people, for educating another generation. We could come up with many, many reasons to do social justice work as a Jewish community, to celebrate and to mourn. But we also know that synagogues connect us, and have the power to forge, in a synagogue, we have the power to forge deep and meaningful friendships, relationships. So let this Shabbat, when we read about one of our people's first great friendship stories, be an occasion for appreciating the power of friendship. Let it be a day on which we commit to reaching out to one another and being part of each other's lives. Because when we do so, we are truly blessed. Shabbat Shalom. So we're going to turn to page 253 as we turn our thoughts to all of those in our lives and in our community who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, of spirit. Mishaberach.
Holy One, bless our mothers, bless our fathers, from ancient days. Oh, blessed those in our hearts, and hear our prayer as we say their names. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Imalei Rachamim Aleihem, Ve'asetam U'Ravotam, Ve'yishlach Lahem Refuah Shlema.
Blessings upon Rebecca Gilman, Bela Pasternak, Hannah Fields Austin, Sue Toback, Paula Steinbach, Rosalind Lethowich, Ellen Weinfeld, Gabrielle Silton, Cam Poliakoff, Connie Shapiro, Kathy Blumenfeld, Gloria Austin, Caitlin Antrim, Judith Bosworth, Kathy Brewster, Jennifer Root, Susan Brewer, Marion Schneiders, Kimberly Zimmerman, Brad Holland, Beatrice Caden, Meg Silton, Serena Postal, Bobby Kay, Marilyn Freeman, Robert Strober, Marilyn Kowarski, Joe Kummerman, Ira Quatcher, Ellery Einstein, Ken Mitchell, Patricia Kramer, Ann Hudson, Lois Goodman, Afeni Feldman, Neil Gerard, James Seal, Jack Rogers, Esther Vesperis, Joan Morse, Naomi Kravitz, Craig Sachs, Simon Saul, Josh Litton, Bob Sosby, and So as I mentioned, we have a new month coming. So a quick blessing for the new month. It's a big month, as I said. It's a month of preparation, spiritual preparation for the new year, of reflection, and the month of Elul. And the rabbis see it as a time to also deepen our relationship with the Holy One, that they take the letters of the word Elul and they spell Ani lidodi v'dodi li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine, but that it's us and God, right, to build a beloved relationship with the Holy One. Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good.
Rosh Chodesh Elul Yeh B'Yom Rishon.
The new month of Elul begins, or Rosh Chodesh Elul is on Yom Rishon, and Yom Sheni is on Sunday and Monday this month, this week. And now, for an encore, I'm going to invite Laura Zuckerman back up to share some announcements with you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom again. Okay, thank you for a wonderful service thus far, and to the wonderful music. I will leave it up to Cantor Paul to name and appreciate our wonderful shul band. Would you like to do that now?
When you're done.
Okay, all right. So I don't think you're going to pay attention to anything I have to say until I talk about the High Holy Day packets. Okay, so a month calendar-wise from today, which is Monday night, September 6th, will be Rosh Hashanah, and many of us will be together in the sanctuary, and the rest of us, we hope, will be with us online. So the 200 plus of you who have, and we thank you for that, sent in your annual commitment, you will be getting your pledge packet probably Tuesday or Wednesday. They are going to be collated and put together.
Sorry, Laura, you meant the high holiday pack, not the pledge pack.
Oh, no, the people who, yes. Let me clarify. You will be getting, of course, the High Holy Day packet if and when you have sent in your annual commitment to the office. So 200 plus of our beloved congregants have sent in their annual commitment, and they will be getting all the information they need to be ready for the High Holy Days beginning September 6th. And we urge the rest of you to send in your annual commitment because we want to get that very useful information to you as soon as possible. Also, as you know, pre-registration and sending in your proof of vaccination is part of our High Holy Day practice this year to keep everyone safe. And we, especially Cantor, has been working very hard to find the smoothest platform to enable us to do that. So we are hoping that we will have information about that to those of you who have sent in your annual commitment by end of the week? Yeah.
In the middle of the week,
In the middle of the week.
parallel
Or
with
so.
the delivery of the mail packet.
Yes, parallel with the delivery of our High Holy Day packets that have lots of information. So, having said that, and we are very excited about this year, there are two things coming up that I just want to bring to your attention. I'm not going to give it a lot of detail because you all have your Thursday e-blast full of information. The rabbi and the cantor, again, are giving what is always an original and riveting, soulful introduction and readiness for the High Holy Days. And I'm sure they will mention it when they have a word. Um, and it is different every year. And so I urge you to sign up for that. It'll be on Zoom. The second fun, very fun thing, not that the rabbi and cantor aren't a great deal of fun, is, and a few I see in our group were there. So on Tuesday night began the first of 3 play readings with Sarah Truitt, our congregant and excellent facilitator, of a wonderful play written by 2 fabulous Jewish women, the Ephron sisters, called Love, Loss, and What I Wore. And apparently the people who participated just had a wonderful time. And they also shared their own stories. This was on Zoom about their loves and loss and what they wore. So I urge you to look that up. And if anyone needs a copy, I know someone who has one you can have for a very good price. So just, you know where to find me. So there's one more thing I want to say. There are so many fabulous things, big things that are happening, and I just want to mention them. You know, the TBI Preschool, now known as Tree of Life Children's Center, is going beautifully. We have close to 40 children right now. We have teachers on board. The director is full of energy and competence, Robin McConnell. The VP of Education has been painting rooms so that they will be bright and welcoming for the children. Oops, sorry, Rabbi. And so that's going well. That opens August 30th. We're very, very thrilled. Our Beit Sefer program is going to be very new and very exciting. Every detail has not been ironed out yet, but it will be contemporary, it will be integrated with the larger Jewish community, and I think all of our children and parents will be thrilled. And more about that later.
Beit Sefer families did get an email this evening.
Oh, wonderful, thank you. And then we are looking toward a new roof, certainly on the administration building. And thank you, Jay and Neil and Phil, for working on that. That's a huge project. And thank you to all of you who contributed money for that project. And so for this little shul that could in the mountains, we have a lot to be proud of. And I am so proud to be connected to you. So Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Doc. Do birthdays. I just want to say one thing very quickly. A couple of you have approached me that you don't think you received your membership packs this past June. So if you have not, if you're out there, if you're here, just let us know, and we'll get you another set. I think it's important that everybody get connected in that way.
You got hard to hear all of a sudden. It's just.
Not my fault.
All right. So if you have an August birthday, come up in front of Cantor Paul here. We're going to call you up. Here we go. No more August. Come on.
Happy birthday to you, Yom Hulad Sameach. Come a little closer, gentlemen. Yom Hulad Sameach. Yom Hulad Sameach.
So we wish for you a year of health, of goodness, of blessing, a year of connection to community and spiritual growth, a year of goodness. And we offer you the blessing of our tradition to you and to you. I know there are birthdays out there. out on Facebook and other folks as well. So the birthday blessings go to all of you who have an August birthday. The birthday pencils only go to the people who are here. That's just the way it works. If I could hand them to you through the camera, I would, but I can't. So here we go. May God bless you and may God keep you. May God's light shine into you and through you to others. May God always be compassionate unto you. May God and all that is good be present for you in your life. May you find wholeness and peace in your heart, in your family, in your community. And may you join with others to bring our world closer to wholeness, to peace, to shalom. And we say together, Amen.
I'm going to be a little bit more upbeat on the outro. Yom Huledet Sameach, 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 Yom Huledet Sameach.
282, Aleinu L'Shabeach, middle of the page. Please rise if you're able.
Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol, Laten Gedula Leotzer Breshit, Shelo Asanu Kigoye HaRatzot, Velo Samanu Kebisbechot Adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Amonam. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We turn our thoughts to those who have been important in our life and have left this earth, those who have died in recent days or at this time in years past. We remember the recent death of Barry Bashist, brother of Ira, of Sid Cooperberg, father of Judith Bach, Pearl Weiner, mother of Robin Manacero. Remember the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the deaths of Henrietta Anstadt, Myra Gianetti, Max Greenberg, Reuben Schaefer, Sarah Schall, Michael Smukler, Naomi Seidenberg, Laura Sokol, Jeanette Stull, Krista von Blon, Charlotte Weiss, Nancy Frida Cooperman, Morris Moschel, Ann Robinson, Joseph Shapiro, Maurice Frank, Michael Goldman, Mel Kagan, Rendell, Doc Livonian, Sarah Rafison, Harry Zimmerman, Iolanda Berlant, Sanford Block, Bernard Brownstein, Louis Edelson, William Hudson, Robert Lubarski, Stacy Sage, Elida Vasquez, Lena Abraham, Celia Beer, Mark Goodman, Benjamin Master, Saul Silverman, Rose Turek, Richard Baer, Joseph Friedman, Muriel Gearson, Carol Goldstein, Lillian Grossman, Linda Rose Harris, Eleanor Jean Lerner, Irving Levin, Mary Schneider, Eva Swerdloff, Louis Berger, Darlene Cox, Harry Gass, Lillian Feingold, Eva Nauman, Jacobo Pecker, Charlotte Kurtz Shapiro, Janet Smith, Rachel Lee Solar Lazarowitz. If you have a name you'd like to add to those that have been mentioned, please feel free to do so as I come by your row.
Cantor Israel Goldstein.
Page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Bi'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yomachon chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lomei amaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dukudasha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom mimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. And we close with Biyado. And you can, if you're the people in your own pod, you're welcome to put your arm around. And you can put a virtual arm, you know, both online and here. Spiritually connect to the people around you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your hand. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Safely in your hands. My soul I give to you. My soul I give to you. My spirit in your care. Draw me near, I shall not fear. Hold me in your
just wanted to say thank you to the Shul Band. Let's give a virtual yoo-hoo to the Shul Band. Reed Gratz on keyboards, Al Shapiro on sax, Dana Sundin on flute, Ariel Espinosa, one of our newer members, on percussion, along with Jeff Klein, who has been with us since the beginning. And we really appreciate your contributions this evening and every month, and we'll look forward to the next time. Shabbat Shalom.
Kiddush, we're going to do it here.
Yeah.
So just stay where you are for a moment, because we're not going anywhere for Kiddush. We're going to make it here, and then there'll be just a little challah for you to take as you leave. So.
So you can all join me for the bracha or say amen at the end, your choice. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho. Mikra Kodesh Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim Kibanu Vacharta Viotanu Kidashta Mikol Ha'amim V'Shabbat Kodshecha V'Yahava Uvratzon Inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat L'chaim.
I'll run and get a little piece of
So let's see how we're getting a piece of challah. Let's see how long we can hold a ba. Okay, like in Baruch. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom to everybody out there on
Shabbat shalom.
Zoom, and good night to you guys.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you Havdalah at 7:30 tomorrow.
Those of you who are here, you can be helpful by getting books back to the cart, and if you can stack chairs in like stacks of 3, Greg, is that what you'd like?
Okay, I don't care what you said about it.
Greg?
I'm bulletproof.
Hey, I love the bass sound.
I know.